new berths and deepened channels for larger vessels, and stage 2 will require United States dollars $63 million to be invested to create more facilities at that port. The revitalization plan speaks also of an energy tower to be located in central South Trinidad to facilitate all players, upstream, midstream, downstream players in the energy sector.
So Trinidad and Tobago, you know I recently looked at the other day, a few days back, I was thinking about, I said, so wait now, all the time the PNM in power, nothing ain't popping up nowhere around Trinidad. We hardly get investment. We was beggars on the street to prosperity. And all of a sudden, the wave changed. The breeze started to blow different. UNC came in power. Months coming down now, things starting to happen. It's like our country start back to get a blessing again. I sat a few days and I was thinking about that. I was like, wow, look how things changing. So sometimes we need to sit down and re-examine what is taking place around us before we make comments. You see, I don't just come here, and read stories. No, I just come here to teach earlier. That's what I just come here to do. You think a man who's speaking 6 different languages is that side the road man? No. So now I'll leave you now to class me who I am. If you say you're a man side the road, all right, no problem. That I will come to the realization that, hey, that's all your knowledge could reach. That's all your brains could process. He's a man by the roadside. And I would leave you right there. I would not argue with you. I would not fight you down because I don't realize you can't understand nothing more than English. And your brain don't have the capacity to think beyond what you're thinking. But nevertheless, we have a person of interest for tonight, Trinidad and Tobago. So I would like to get in touch with Anand Maraj, I believe is his name. My office have been trying to contact him today, viewers. Anand, friends and family of Anand Maraj, please let him know to contact me tonight after my show. It is something I want to get done and put in place, and we will deal with it after. So Anand Maraj, please contact me. You called me a few days back. We had talks, but call me tonight after a show so other arrangement could be made. So back to our story tonight, viewers. Now, the Minister of Energy and Industries, Dr. Rudolph Munila, said residential customers who use LPG cylinders can look forward to using a safer product as the ministry works towards improving the technology. Speaking in a recent concern and incidents over LPG cylinders, safety, especially in residential areas, I mean, not only residential areas, but throughout Trinidad and Tobago. He said, technologically advancement could be used to mitigate the problem. Listen to this.
It raises the question as to why technology is not being used to minimize or eliminate accidents. There are currently a range of technologies for LPG safety use, such as LPG monitoring and safety systems, which monitor use, detect leakages, shut off gas supply, and provide immediate alarm.
Munila, I understand what you're saying, but I want you to understand something. The upper class people could probably buy these technologies, but the lower income people, I mean, how much thing they could buy? You go to the grocery, you buy your LPG tank, or those truck that pass and you buy your tank. We don't expect the tank to be leaking. We expect safety from the supplier to my home. Call her good night.
Mr. Said.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Said, you know, we have an election going on right now. How to take place in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right?
Correct.
So you will expect Mr. Gonzal to defend what happened there
Oh, yes.
vigorously, because he feels the opposition going to use that against him.
Correct,
So he had
yes.
to prove to them, not to Alan Roberts, neither the trader, the public, he had to prove to his people
Correct.
that he not knows skullduggery thing.
True.
And he do things over the board. So that's why now he will try to pursue this vigorously. This is what I have to say. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Minister Munilal noted that there is blast-proof technology that can be incorporated into the cylinders to reduce the risk of explosion. Listen to Munilal.
Under the petroleum regulations, the ministry's approval is required for the storage of crude petroleum, and dangerous petroleum products. Ladies and gentlemen, the storage facilities, including piping, are assessed based on a checklist developed from the U.S. National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, standards.
He added that the government is working with regulators to tighten controls and assure the public that the ministry is taking decisive steps to address the issue.
As a matter of urgency, we have instructed the ministry to collaborate with NP and other regulatory agencies to continue to investigate the series of explosions and fires linked to LPG cylinders. It is intended that these findings and the findings of this investigation will better inform safety practices in the use of LPG.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, I want to let you understand something. We have seen on social media videos circulating that individuals taking up the whole tank and putting it down in the bucket of water. And you're seeing it is coming from the tank itself. The tank itself. Because as they hear one explosion take place with a gas tank, everybody checking at their tank now when they buy it. We see tank frosting up. We see tank bubbling in water. We saw the heads of the gas tanks leaking. You understand? So people start to take their own measures now when these things start happening. I mean, we do expect these things to happen. But people are taking their own measures now just to make sure that their house is safe. That, you know, Ramco would said now, that is the hose or the apparatus, the head that we put on the tank. I mean, as a company, they have all rights to defend themselves. I won't say no. But I mean, you see social media. When you go through social media, you see tanks leaking. Who we blaming for the leaking tanks? That's the main question. So, Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this. Founder and leader of the first wave movement, Umar Abdullah, staged a protest on Wednesday outside the Ministry of Trade at Nicholas Tower in Port of Spain, demanding justice for Trinbago. Look at this.
For months, barrels, boxes, and personal cargo shipped through Trinbago Express have been withheld from the rightful owners. Families are waiting. Businesses are suffering. Diaspora supporters are disillusioned by the silence from those in authority has been deafening.
Now, viewers, Abdullah said the movement demands accountability from those responsible for calls on the trade minister to launch an investigation into a matter. Listen to this now.
We say to the minister and every official inside of this building, use your power, fulfill your duty, stand with the people. Stand with the people. We're not here to quarrel with Trinbago Express. We're not here to quarrel with them. We're here to compel the state to do its job.
So, Trinidad and Tobago, I showed you this, so I will explain this to you now. This whole scenario is about the owner of Trinbago Shipping Express, Pamela Lindsay, says outstanding demurrage fees and unresolved customers' payment are behind the prolonged delays in the shipment to Trinidad. Lindsay says she owned more than 200,000 US to a steamship liner after containers remained at the Port of Spain port beyond the fee storage period. Lindsay explained that her company initially allowed customs in the United States to pay for shipment in TT dollar, but the arrangement ran into difficulties due to a shortage in the US. Some shipments have already been returned, and the port indicated it was willing to work with Trinbago Shipping Express, which is not yet planning to auction off customers' goods. So Trinidad and Tobago, there was a delay in the port. And let me tell you something. When I was shipping this excavator that we have here right now, let me tell you something. Was River Canal overstayed? I had to pay more in the port than which we normally pays. Why? Backlog. Imagine that, eh? But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we hope it is resolved and they get what they paid for. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, I will run of this program tomorrow, 11:30 to 12:30. We'll be right back here another night for another Real Talk as we go live again. Until then, enjoy.